what do you like cheese?
I love
and
cheese.
If yes, tell us which ones. Tell us. Let's talk about cheese. Tell us the cheeses that you like and
My favorite
what you like about them.
cheese is. I'll name a couple. I love Anthony.
Yeah, talk as many as you want.
Steve's gonna help me with my French. What's the cheese from France called? The one that smells like dirty socks. It's
that's several of them.
No, Epinois. The one that comes in looks like a thick brie, but it's like
Dauphinois. I think you're thinking of.
Yeah,
it's D''AFFINOIS. Dauphinois.
No, it's just an E. Epinois, I think it's called.
Epinois. I'm not sure. Maybe I've seen it. I have to think.
It's really smelly. I'll send you the link.
Yeah,
you can
we'll look it up.
It's expensive.
Okay.
It's like $30.
Wow. Wow.
But it smells like feet and tastes like lilacs, flowers. I had it with some nice homemade crackers I bought from like Brooklyn Fair, and I got some Pajero fig jam. It was beautiful. I also like sharp cheddar. I love sharp cheddar from like England and Ireland. Those rich styles. Parmesan Reggiano is one of my favorite cheeses in the world.
Yeah.
I like good aged Parm, like 30 years, beautiful.
Yeah.
I like fresh cheese. I like old cheese. I like new cheese. I like. I have a bunch in my fridge right now. I have Gruyere in my fridge. I have raclette, I think. I have some American, because nothing melts like American cheese, believe it or not, even though it's garbage. I love American cheese on for grilled cheese. It's great. I love Gruyere. It's expensive here. I started using cheese from a local purveyor. So I was buying cheese from the supermarket and overpaying. And I met this guy. I heard of this guy who owned a small Mexican restaurant chain here, like a local chain. It's very successful. During pandemic, he got a little bit of a hit, and he had bought a farm for his cheese production a few years ago that he was using just for his restaurants. After pandemic kind of hit the restaurant industry a little bit, he decided to make his farm wholesale. So he started selling to like supermarkets and restaurants his cheeses that he was making on his farm. He's got a cheesemaker on the farm that trained in France. So we get all our cheese from a local farm in Turrialba, which is about, it's about 2 hours away, 3 hours away from here, from the middle cheese farm area here. And we get some of the best quality artisanal local cheese.
Great.
Really high quality. We got a mild cheddar we use on our burgers. We got what the hell is it called? I'm losing the name of the French cheese. It's Swiss, but it's not Emmental. It's
not Gruyere. You mentioned Gruyere already. Those are like the famous ones.
No, it's on my menu. It'll come to me in a second.
Is Fontaine even Swiss? That's not.
But it's dude. The cheese is high quality. The mozzarella is good. Everything's good, and but it's if you want the real stuff from Italy, it's a little bit more expensive here. It's like 40% more because of import tax.
I'm sure. Yeah.
But I do cheese at least once a month. Like if you come to visit here, the rule is if you come to visit here and you come to my house, you will have charcuterie.
Great.
100%. You will have cheese and meats.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw my recent profile pic I took with Costa Rica. I have a cheese plate and a charcuterie plate, and I'm holding wine.
I love it, dude. It's my language.
Now, are there any local cheeses?
The ones here, the ones I'm getting are actually local cheeses. But
the cheese technique they're making, is it foreign type of cheese, but they're making it locally? But I was wondering, are there any actually locally developed cheeses? Is it part of the cuisine where cheese was part of the things? Cows.
No, they make cows style cheese. One of the most popular styles is a sauce farm style cheese that's not aged.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like I'm sure you've had the Mexican cheese.
Queso fresco.
Yeah, queso fresco, very popular.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's due to the temperature and access and all this other stuff to things. Yeah. But they have cows here, they have milk here, and they have butter here, and they have all this other stuff. And it's an artisanal movement. So what they were trying to do, I think what this guy did was what's the stuff they used to make cheese? The
culture and stuff?
Yeah, the cultures. They're bringing these things here from other places.
Yeah.
So we have I forgot what cheese factory here is, not my guys, but there's another cheese maker here that has got some actual blue cheese mold strains from France, and he's doing like legit stuff here.
Wow.
Cool.
But it's like, it's slowly happening. The world is becoming more global.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People in San Jose, for instance, the city folk, not to say they try to act like Americans, but they like anemones of the Western world. You know, they don't want to be like, we don't want to be more like Venezuela. We want to be more like the US or Canada. You know, if you're looking at who you want to be like, right? We're not trying to act like more like country. We don't want to be like Patagonia. We got, you know, the cows blocking the street. We're like, we're trying, the local population is craving more of that.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's that? Because I went to Miami and I tried this cheese there and we can't find it in Costa Rica. So this person that traveled to Miami twice is now telling the local farmers market or whatever to, hey, can you get this? Can you get this? Because I had it in the US and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think a Starbucks is popping up anytime soon here, like where I live. Like, we have them in the city here, but not here because we have so many local coffee grinders here.
Yeah.
McDonald's is not popping up anytime soon here where I live. 1 hour away, we have McDonald's. Thank God there's not a McDonald's down the road from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not saying that people would choose that over me, but it's more accessible than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's certainly cheaper. Certainly cheaper.
There's an aspect of it where you kind of wonder, because like now with the cultures, they might be able to find some equivalents of cultures that haven't been discovered in Costa Rica that could do a similar thing to whatever the Roquefort molds do. But sometimes once something already has a market, people think we'll ship this in instead of finding our own local ones. Because when we had the wine conversation, we were talking about how there's like, is it terroir? I'm probably using the term completely wrong.
Yeah.
But there's actual things about the soil. The animals eat certain things. So there's certain things that haven't been discovered in certain places, and I'm looking forward to. We haven't made all the sorts of cheeses as a human being that the planet Earth can make.
Oh, man, we got it. I want to say something interesting about the cows really fast. You'll find this interesting. The cows here are from India. They're the ones with a lot of them are the ones with the humps on their back.
Okay, cool.
We do have some Angus and Wagyu crossbred cows here in some parts.
Oh, wow.
Of Liberia. They're actually doing really nice dry aged meats up there, but it's in the mountains. A lot cooler up there for the cows because they have like a fur. Where these cows here, they're more built here for hot weather and low water. And in fact, our grass that we use is from the African grass from the savannah. It's a deep root grass and a little bit more harsh on your feet because it survives in the long dry months we have here, and it thrives. So that's two interesting aspects about our terrain here. But with cheese, you know, it's still new. Like these artisanal cheeses is a new concept here. But I still get what I want. There's an Italian cheese market here called Walter's, and they're fantastic. And you pay a little bit more, but they make homemade mozzarella. They import Brezola, and they import 30-year Parm, and they just freeze it and store it well in their fridge. And Parmesan, if you store it right, it will last forever. Yeah, you know, things like that. But,
do you have any water buffaloes for the buffalo mozzarella, or is it just from cow milk?
We get buffalo mozzarella imported. Like I forget the name of the company. We get a lot of Italian products here because, excuse me, we have a lot of Italian people from Italy, and we also have a lot of Argentinians who have a strong Italian influence due to the amount of Italians in their country. So we have a lot of products that are direct from Italy here, shipped direct.
Italians travel a lot. Well, from my experience, Italians travel a whole lot. Maybe it's because there's so much coast, so they're just so used to just jumping on boats and going to other places.
A lot of Italians, they're very bohemian in style. Like they're all like very free spirits, a lot of them. So it doesn't surprise me when I see an Italian person traveling. I'm like, of course you travel. You're a free spirit. Because Italy's full of old people. There's no young people in Italy.
Yeah. That was my experience from living there. It's a whole bunch of old people and very few kids. Yeah, and if you're living in a coastal place, there's chances there's an Italian community somewhere.
My bun maker's Italian. He's from Rome.
Yeah,
originally, but he's world traveled. He's world traveled, and he spent some time in the army. He's world traveled. He's married to a Costa Rican lady. So it's like, they're very. I would classify them as bohemian. Yeah, a little in a way. Like this other guy owns a hotel here. Like he's just a very eccentric person, like he's into skateboarding and not very traditional by any stretch of the word, tattoos everywhere and very free spirit. He owns a hotel in the middle of the jungle and he's from like Milan. This guy was probably wearing $600 shoes like 5 years ago in Milan, and now he doesn't wear any shoes or,
So our mutual friend Andrea, actually, she's from her family's from Argentina, but she's Italian descent. If you notice that necklace she's always wearing in all those photos, that's actually the Argentinian national stone. So I guess her family came over probably like after World War II. I know a lot of them went down there then, but she speaks fluent Spanish as well. She speaks Italian pretty well too, but not perfectly. She said.
I was going to make a comment about that symbol, but I wasn't going to make it because you said something about World War II. And I'm like, whatever you do not ask Argentinian why their grandparents are German. Don't or subject. I make a joke. I make jokes to my friend all the time. He's Argentinian, and I make comments all the time about that stuff because it's funny. It's funny. I don't make it publicly, but those comments are pretty funny about that whole thing because we all know, wink, wink, nod, nod. All right, don't worry about it. We're not going to talk about NASA, how we stole all their best scientists, but that's the truth.
we all know where they hail from.
Werner von Braun, father of modern rocket science, is one of their best. But the Italians are everywhere, and thank God for that because I don't think as a New Jersey guy, how can I survive without mozzarella and some of our Italian? I also like Fontaine. I think Fontaine is one of the best cheeses.
Sure.
Really good melty cheese and a good alternative to crappy American cheese that's processed. If you want to make a good grilled cheese, just use straight up Fontina.
Yeah.
Oh, it's heaven.
Okay, now, you said you mentioned some on your menu, which I was going to ask. You talked about that. Of course, you can add stuff to it, but how many of the 11 burgers on your menu have cheese on them as default? Like, could you consider cheese to be one of the default things for burgers? Because I think maybe Americans probably think it is.
The only burger that doesn't have cheese is the Japanese pickle burger.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It has pickles, homemade ranch dressing, and a soy glaze. And that's it. And it's fantastic. It doesn't need not one speck of cheese. It doesn't need. Yeah. And I love cheese in my burgers. Also, another burger that doesn't need cheese, but I don't have it on my menu currently, but I ran it before, was like a steak burger with like grilled onions. Sometimes you don't need cheese on that either. Just like some like nice gravy or a steak sauce. Like a steak burger doesn't really need cheese either. Like if it like a big bistro burger with like fried onions, maybe some jus, you don't really need cheese on that, but it's good. So all my burgers have cheese. It's either we use Swiss on the Swiss burger, Swiss mushroom burger. We have cheddar cheese on our original burger. It's cheddar cheese, caramelized onions, pesto mayo, and chipotle ketchup, all made in house. We have a Gouda burger, local Gouda, bacon, lettuce, homemade roasted tomato, and roasted garlic jam, and garlic mayonnaise. It's a really good burger. Yeah. And the Gouda here is amazing. They love Gouda here in Costa Rica. It's a local favorite. Actual Gouda cheese. And there's all types of Gouda here. There's herb Gouda, there's plain Gouda, there's aged Gouda. So I get that. I had to have a Gouda burger on the menu. And then we use American cheese on the Big Mac, or the Mac Daddy, we call it. I'm nothing crazy. I'm not really trying to, I was using Parmesan. I made a pizza burger a couple years ago. And I was using a Parmesan, Parmesan bechamel. And it was so expensive to have the Parmesan bechamel. So I only run it as a special because I don't want to spend $16 on one thing of Parmesan, which goes directly into the bechamel, the whole thing, including the rinds, for the little piece. And then you have to hope it doesn't go bad because you're using cream and Parmesan. Yeah. So if you don't sell it, you're just throwing that money away. So
and that's it's not good to waste cheese. Nobody should waste cheese. I
did add grilled cheese to the menu time, so I think you'll be happy to know that. I'm only going to say that. I did add grilled cheese to the menu, so we have grilled cheese on our menu now, too.
All right. We'll most definitely have links to recipes and stuff. Some of the burgers he's mentioned, we might even have pictures on the screen while we're talking about it. But right now we'll just transition to the last question. Yeah. And this one is Thank you for listening. This has been a clip from an actual longer recording that I'll try to leave a link to on the screen or somewhere around here where you're listening to this.
Presents. 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 Presents.
Peasants.
Okay. Okay.